to Live Lotus. I'm back again with another video, and today I want to talk to you about fasting. Fasting is a way of humbling yourself by denying yourself physical pleasures. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be talking about abstaining from food and drink because that is, to my knowledge, the most effective fast. It's the way we're supposed to fast, but you could fast from anything you want. So a fast can be any length of time. You know, we actually fast every single day when we're sleeping. So there's a period of the time where we're not consuming food, and then when it's time to eat again, we have break fast. There's also intermittent fasting, which many of you are probably familiar with, which is where you have an eating window and then you have a fasting window, and you do this every single day. This video, I'm going to be talking about prolonged fasts. So fasting for 24 hours, 36 hours, 3 days, a week, a month, 3 months. I know you hear 3 months and you're like, what? But fasting can be any length of time that you set for yourself, that you plan with God how long your fast is going to be and how it's going to go. And to that point, your fast has to include prayer and reflection and meditation and time with God, because without that, it's just a crazy diet. You're just not eating. So you have to spend that time reflecting with yourself. So in this video, I'm going to cover the benefits that I've identified. This is a practice that I've been engaging in for a few years, just making sure I have a time of fasting every so often, and it's pretty clear when I need it. But if you want to hear about my own fasting experiences, let me know in the comments. That'll be a different video, but this video is to focus on the benefits for everybody, the benefits of fasting. So let's get into it. Our bodies are fully capable of not eating for a length of time. You are not gonna die, okay? I've watched tons of videos of people that do extended fasts that I don't understand. Go look up other fasts on YouTube and you'll see what I'm talking about. So with all of my videos, I address things with a holistic perspective. I talk about the impact on your mind, your body, and your spirit holistically. First, I'm going to start with the body. The main benefit of fasting for the body is that it reduces the impact of inflammation, stress, burdens that our body carries and maintains day to day that you may not even realize. Studies show that our organs and our organ systems literally regenerate when we abstain from food. How this works is organs will increase the number of stem cells and progenitor cells, which are cells that create new cells, brand new cells. And with an increase of these types of cells, your organs begin to recreate themselves at a much faster pace than it would when you are consuming food. If your digestive system is constantly running on food, it never gets a break. You never give your body a chance to direct attention elsewhere. If you eat 3 to 5 meals a day every single day of your life, that organ system never gets a rest. When you allow it to take a break from its daily tasks, it can focus on making itself efficient again. It can focus on cleaning itself out. What results is an organ that's made up of all good cells. When it's made up of all good cells, it's going to do exactly what it needs to do in the best way it can. And that's obviously a benefit for you. Your immune system literally gets a boost of energy. When you start to fast, your body experiences an influx of white blood cells. These white blood cells just travel through your blood and eat up and remove every bad toxic element floating around in your body, literally cleaning your body out. Additionally, deep in every cell, your DNA, that DNA becomes enhanced. So it codes for everything in the body, and not all codes are available all the time. It all depends on what your body is going through. So when you're fasting, all of these kind of negative occurrences that our body has to kind of fight off, when you're fasting, instead of, your body goes and turns on additional parts of the DNA that are going to further combat these illnesses, these diseases that happen in our bodies. To wrap up the body, like physically, just imagine yourself upgrading everything within yourself. So the next part is what happens to our mind. So your mind is also impacted during fasting, obviously. I definitely recommend fasting if you're somebody that has a lot of anxiousness, maybe some brain fog, you're just feeling like your spark is so dim within your head. I recommend a fast for you. When you fast, what happens in your mind is your cognitive function is improved. Your cognition is related to your memory, your intelligence, how you process things mentally. All of that is improved. One study mentions that fasting promotes hippocampal neurogenesis. I'm trying to say that 3 times fast. Hippocampal neurogenesis. And what neurogenesis means is your nervous tissue, your brain tissue is developed, it's improved. And your hippocampus is where your brain processes your emotion, your memory, and importantly, your autonomic nervous system. Your autonomic nervous system is basically responsible for so many body functions that you don't consciously think about. But the point is, this is in part what's happening in your brain. Overall, through fasting, if you think about abstaining from food despite your hunger, despite triggers that tell you to eat chips or sugar or whatever, your mental discipline is increased. You know, through fasting, you're going to constantly want things that you have agreed within yourself to fast from, and to want them but then not want them, and to control yourself to not have those things because you know they're not meant for you, especially during this time. It just creates such mental strength that when you take elsewhere, when you extend this to the rest of your life, it results in greater self-control. And I believe self-control is essential. We have to have self-control. Last but definitely not least is how fasting benefits your spirit. Obviously, fasting has shown to have physical benefits on our body, but the true reward of fasting is for your spirit. When you choose to spend time fasting, it reveals your current spiritual conditions. Any spiritual flaws, I don't want to say flaws, I'll say impurities, parts of ourself that is not pure, it is not of God. Those things are loud and clear. They're in your face. If you think you are self-aware before you fast, when you fast, all of those things are in your face. Just think about it, like how much time we dedicate towards food, thinking about what we're going to eat, preparing our food, sitting down and eating our food, digesting our food, planning the next thing we're going to eat, going to the store and getting those things, driving to the restaurant and picking it up, or sitting down and eating. Like literally our lives revolve around food a lot of the time. And so when you remove this aspect of your life and you're alone with God, you're alone with yourself, your spirit is what you have. Like that's where your time is going, that's where your attention is going. At least I would hope so, because again, this is why we fast. It's to strengthen our spirits. And so when you spend this time identifying these impurities within our spirits, it accelerates divine transformation. So that's why fasting, every time that I fast, is because I know it's a time in my life where I need this. I need to cleanse myself, cleanse my mind, cleanse my body, cleanse my spirit. Like I recognize the times in my life where I need those things. And I know that with a fast, I'll be able to carry on in my life in a way that I couldn't without fasting. It allows you to be so spiritually aware when you are at a place in your life where there's so much uncertainty, or you're worried about something, or whatever it is that's causing you to maybe have a lack of faith. A fast is a time where you can dedicate yourself to fixing that and finding that spark again and being sure in the direction that you're heading. If you're moving the focus away from who you are, what you are physically, at least that's one of the struggles. Shifting that focus from, oh, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm all of these things, and shifting that focus towards God, the things that you find so much comfort in, the things that can keep our mind busy and not focus on the right things. You're putting those down for now or for good, but you're putting away with those things so that you can be 100% attentive towards who you are and your spirituality and your faith. So in this time, our relationship with God is restored and enhanced. As long as you have the intention for your fast to be this way, God will be with you every step of the way. Our divine source will reveal itself in so many ways. Everywhere you look, everything you hear, people that come to your life, God will communicate with you in this time in the precise ways that you need to hear it, as long as you make yourself receptive to it. Because ultimately, a fast is between you and God. This isn't something to go and walk around as if you're fasting. The Bible actually tells us not to do that. Like, don't display yourself as somebody who's fasting, because you are pursuing a reward that is of the world. Whereas when you keep a fast between yourself and God, it's because you know that God is going to deliver things to your life that are so beyond this world. So, you know, this is not something to go post about on social media or just talk about casually, like, oh, I can't do this because I'm fasting. This is not what it's for. This is something that's intimate and special and divine, and make sure you keep it that way, and I promise you won't be disappointed. I hope this video was informative. It's meant to be an introduction to the concept of fasting, what it is and how it serves your mind, body, and spirit. So I hope you were able to get that from this video. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments and I'll be sure to answer them, whether it's in the comments or in a future video, because I definitely want us all to grow on this topic. I think it is such a useful tool when you feel like there's nowhere else to go. Like, this is where you can go. If you have anything to say about this, if you have any questions or concerns, please let me know, and let's talk about it. Let's engage about this topic. Also share with your loved ones, anybody that you think will find interest in this video, which in my opinion everybody can. So go ahead and share this video with those that you love and care for, so that we can all strengthen our spirits and cleanse our bodies, sharpen our minds. Go ahead and share this with everybody you know. I have so many ideas of videos I want to make, and I'm really excited to create them. So please subscribe to my channel and let me know that you like what I'm putting out, so that I feel better about recording the content for you all. So once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and I look forward to seeing you again in my next video. I wish you all peace and happiness.